everyone, it is the Unlikely Prepper Bree here, and I just wanted to show you, I said I was going to show a little video of things that I've made. This is the looms that I had up until I had purchased this Martha Stewart one today. These are all the different sizes. This one is a little too small to do normal bits and pieces with. I was able to make a little bag. Let me see if I can find it here. I did a little tubular kind of thing, and I sewed up the bottom, and I've used this as kind of a tools bag for putting some of the little crochet hooks and things like that that I use for finishing up, and put my little tape measure in here so I can see how far I am. Scissors for cutting. These scissors are actually fantastic. I love them. They're stork scissors. I got them at Sally's. They have a fantastic sharp point on them. They're great for finite work. They're actually supposed to be used for doing facial hair, but they work great for knitting as well. And a couple other little things in here just to kind of keep everything in one spot. And I use this one here for that. This one here works well for baby hats. And what I've made with that is these two baby hats here with a little pom-pom on them. Nice and orange. Make them good for the holidays right around now with Halloween and Thanksgiving. And the one that I just made with the bigger one, as you can see, is a little wider and it's a little bit more stretch to it. I'll put a pom-pom on that in a little bit. But those two were made with that blue loom. This red loom here, that one made up this hat here. Doesn't seem all that different from the one that's behind it, but they actually are two different sizes. This one here, when I had my neighbor's daughter try it on, I thought it would fit the 7-year-old. It only fit the 4-year-old. So it actually is a pretty small hat. They don't have they have some give, but not quite as much, especially with the bottoms here. They're meant to be snug over the head. The green loom made the larger hat. I know it can't really, let me see if I can do this so you can see if there's a difference. It's not a huge difference in them, but just enough. That one, I got a better finished edge on that one. I like that edge better than this one here. That one's a little bit more rustic though. Cute nonetheless. And this large yellow one I've been using to make cowls, which are these here. It's kind of like a scarf that you don't have to worry about taking off, a neck warmer, an automatic turtleneck for any shirt. You just go ahead and put that right over your head, and don't mind me, I haven't put my ends in on a lot of my projects. This here just goes over and it just kind of keeps your neck warm. As you can see, I absolutely love these colors, and I've been doing most everything with them this year. This is a hat that I made up. It's a men's hat, but I did that one with the green loom, and I did a men's cowl. I did it a little bit longer because I know a bunch of my guy friends at the farmers markets were all saying that they love the idea of the cowl, but during the winter the one thing that they wanted to use it for was to put up over their face, put up almost to their eyes for when they're shoveling and doing the snow blowers. So I wanted to make it nice and long so that they could put it up over their face while they're outside. And I'll probably make one of those for myself, because guess who shovels and does the driveway? Me, this girl. So this one here is just a single-sided scarf, unlike the one that I'm currently working on. This one is double thick, and it's finished on both sides. I had never done a single loom, a straight loom, until I did this project, and I did it by accident. I was just trying to show my neighbor how she could do it, and I fell in love with the feel of it, and the thickness, and the texture, and how it looks. This one here is just single-sided. This, believe it or not, was done on the round loom. If you go all the way around, but don't attach the two sides, and just keep kind of going around, coming back, and then going back around, and never connecting them, it will go ahead and make a straight project for you. So that's how I did this, but as you can see, it kind of has a different look on the inside than it does on the outside. I like it for early fall, but once it starts getting chillier, that's definitely going to be the one that you want to go for. And these here are the first things I ever made, and I just wanted to make, if they look different, it's because these are 100% cotton. This is all acrylic. This here is a little bit more durable for winter. Washable nonetheless, but when you're making dishcloths, you want to be using 100% cotton, so my mother had a bunch left over. This one has some acrylic in it, and this is it's called Cottonese. I believe it's by Lion brand. It's got a good texture to it, though. I wanted to make some cheapy dishcloths just to get used to the idea of making them. This one here is a real small one. I thought this might also work for doing as like a facial scrub. And then I did another one. My mother helped me with the edge on this one here because I made it a little too tight on one side. But that one is another scrubby kind of body wash cloth, whatever you want to use it for. It's 100% cotton, so you can keep chucking it in the washer and the dryer. Nothing's going to happen on those. And if you're wondering what this tubular thing is, so am I. This was the first thing I ever made. It was actually me testing out the looms. I did it on this blue one because I didn't have the orange one at that point. I bought that one separately. And let me get down here. This one here was done as a regular single knit. A lot of my other projects that you see here, all these are all done with what's called an E-stitch, which is more of like you're wrapping it around each peg when you work. This one here, you lay it across the front and then just pull over. It makes for a super tight, it's great looking, but I found that it was really tight to work with. It does have some stretch, don't get me wrong. This edge I made way too tight when I was binding off. That's why it's like that. But I suppose you could use this as like an arm warmer. Let me see if I can get it on. Let's see if I can put it on my arm. I don't know if it's even going to get on my wrist. Oh, yeah, I got it on. It would help if I had put the ends in. So you can use it as like an arm warmer or something, I guess. I guess it works, and I suppose if I hadn't screwed up and bind it off so tightly, I could have used it as a leg warmer as well. You'll have to ignore the phone. It's probably just a debt collector calling me. They like to call me all the time. That's why I ignore that phone. So that is what I made. That was my first project ever. And then I did those little dishcloths, and then from there I kind of felt a little bit more comfortable. This has been by far my biggest one that I use. I love that one. But my second most popular is I really love this cowl loom that I use, although they do say that this is supposed to make extra large hats. So I got this kit minus this one. Those 4 looms, I got that at Joann's. I got it with a coupon. I always say anything more than maybe $10, try to just go ahead and use a 50% off coupon. So I got all those, and then one day while I was there, I grabbed this little one just to see what it would do. I like it. I don't love it. I'd have to say this is the worst one of all of them, and it's actually, the pegs pull out on this one for some reason. These ones here, great. Haven't had a single issue. This one here, probably can't see it. You'll see a little fuzziness, a little darker color in there. I actually had to take some of that orange yarn and I had to stuff it in between to keep them from popping out. I don't know if any of them are going to come out anymore, but they wiggle really easily, which makes it awkward when you're trying to pull a tight piece of yarn over it. So, I would recommend trying it out when you buy this kit. Minus this. When you buy any of these things, they have instructions. They all come with a, let me see, where did I put it? They all come with a little hook, and they also come with a little blue needle that you can use for putting your ends in, if you ever do, because I never do. I do at the very end before I sell it, but half the time I'm too lazy to put it in. But it does come with that needle, and it comes with instructions of how to use it and a couple of projects. It teaches you how to weave. It's a really good skill to have. I wasn't a fan of knitting, crocheting, looming, anything like that. until I realized that my mother needed help. She gets more orders than she can fill, so I try to help her with the simple stuff, and I do it on the looms. And since then, I found that I actually really like it. I didn't think I was gonna, but I do. So, wanted to give you guys an idea of what else I've been doing. This is what I do when I'm not making candles, or soaps, or lotions, or lip balms, or air fresheners, or body sprays, or salves, and tinctures, and anything else that I can come up with. Body scrubs, all that stuff. So that's what I do in my spare time. And I hope that if you have questions, you will ask me, and try to learn this. This is a skill that's worth knowing. You know, most areas of this country get at least a little bit cold during the winter, and it's good to know that if you can't get access to it, you can make yourself a nice little hat. So, if you have any questions, let me know. If I can't answer, my mother certainly can, because she's been knitting and crocheting for almost 30 years. So, she's the queen of needles and hooks, anything like that. She's a whiz at it. So, I hope that you will check this out, find out what you can about it, show me your projects. I love seeing what you guys are working on. Alright, everyone have a great night. The Unlikely Prepper out.